So I first met Madison at an orientation dance. She was looking away from me, which was the first thing that caught my eye.
We first met at the BYU orientation dance, and he was bringing his sister to drop her off.
She turned around and I saw my sister, and I saw Madison's eyes, and I talked to my sister. I was like, "Did you see her eyes?"
And I was in a group full of guys, and he just walked right between them, right up to me and my roommates, and was like, "Hi, my name's Yahir. This is my sister April."
We walked over to her group. It was a group of like 8 people, and we started. It was kind of bold. I just kind of interrupted everybody. I was like, "Hey, my name is Yahir. I'm from Texas. I'm dropping off my sister. I just wanted to meet people." The whole purpose behind it was so I could talk to Madison. So I introduced myself to everyone, and I introduced myself to Madison. And Madison was being a little butt. She was, for some reason, she wasn't talking to me. She was super cold. But her friend, Bryn, she was nicer. And so I started talking to Bryn with the goal of switching over to Madison, standing on the right. And so I started talking to Bryn, and we had a good conversation, and every now and then I would throw little ideas to Madison, or questions to Madison so she could talk to me. And eventually the conversation started shifting from Bryn over to Madison.
And then we just started talking. My first impression was, who is this guy? Because he just walked through everyone and just introduced himself, and I was like, what? Who is this person? Who does he think he is?
I don't know, I kind of saw her as a challenge, and I really, really liked her because of it. But I thought she was really, really nice. She wanted to spend time with her roommates, which said a lot about her, because that's not a lot of people's main reason of going to a orientation dance, is mainly to meet people and be outgoing. But she really wanted to have a strong bond with her friends, and to me that was interesting.
He asked me to go dancing with him, and I said no, but let me get your number so we can go later.
And she asked for my number whenever I invited her to dance.
And then the next morning he texted me and was like, hey, I really want to hang out with you. Like, I really want to see you before I leave. Can I take you on a date today? And I was super confused, like, why do you want to go on a date with me? Like, we just met.
I just took a leap of faith. She took about 2 eternities to say yes.
But I said yes, and so then we just walked around BYU campus.
And I said a joke about a pig. She thought it was really funny. And then that broke the ice, and we just hit it off. We started talking about our goals, our passions, our families, our desires, our careers. Everything was so easy.
And then he asked me, while we were walking, to go into the engineering building. And so we were just exploring the engineering building, which I thought was really random. And he asked me if I had ever danced like country style before. And I said no, and he said, what do you want to learn?
And we started dancing, and I kept on dipping her, hoping to get a reaction that I really wanted, which was for her to give me the look that she wanted to kiss. And it finally came, and I waited about 3 other dips because I couldn't believe it. And then we kissed, and I couldn't believe I was kissing the prettiest girl in the world.
It was the best date I have ever been on, hands down.
My side of the proposal, she had no idea what was coming. I had talked to her family already, to her parents, and we had set a date to have them come over, since I thought Madison would really, really appreciate her family being there.
It was his sister's birthday, and we were planning on going to Tucano's. And so he told me, let's like get all dressed up and let's look really nice, and then I'm gonna pick you up and we're gonna pretend like it's our first date. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cute.
So we both got dressed up. I picked her up. She looked beautiful.
And we're sitting there waiting for his brother and sister to get there, because I thought it was his sister's birthday. And he pulls out this journal that I gave him for Christmas, and in the journal I wrote my side of our story, and then I gave it to him to write his side. And so he pulls it out in the middle of the restaurant and says, "Oh, hey, I finished the journal." And I was like, "Why would you bring that to your sister's birthday party? What is wrong with you?"
And I had written in a little journal that was for both of us, our story and how much she meant to me. Because she was reading it and she started crying. She couldn't read it anymore, so I had to take it from her hands and read it.
I was crying so much that I couldn't read anymore. And so he took it from me and was like, "Okay, I'll read it." And so he's reading me like his side of our story, but then all of a sudden it wasn't our story anymore. He was talking about him talking to my dad.
And towards the end of it, when I asked her to marry me, her family walked in from the back. And she didn't even know. She was completely oblivious to it. It was great.
And then he asked me to stand up, and he proposed.
My favorite thing about Madison, physically, her eyes. I think they're the prettiest things. But from the inside, I think it's her kind heart. She has such a big heart. She loves everybody and she tries to help everybody. I really love her. And people could testify to that.
My favorite things about Yahir. He is always making me laugh. Always. I don't think I have laughed as much as I have in the past 8 months. It's been so enjoyable. I love him so much. He helps me be a better person. He always pushes me to be my best and do my best in everything, and I love that about him.
I love you, Madison. I remember talking about our family and us sharing the same last name, and I knew that it was going to happen one day. You didn't know it yet. It was all in the plans. I think God knew. That's why He put you in my path, and He put me in your path too. I love you, and like I said a long time ago, I can't wait to spend an eternity with you.
I'm so excited. I'm excited for this adventure because it's going to be quite an adventure, and I'm so happy that you blew through all those guys and just charmed your way into my life, and I'm really happy for the rest. I'm really excited for the rest of our life, and